Hi students, so now we will solve this particular problem based on the formula that we have come across in the previous video. For the for you to not get confused, I'll write the formula once again in case you forgot what I had told you. So the formula was that f of x, integration of f of x to the power n f dash x equal to, it's nothing but f of x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. So this was the formula, okay, and that we will be using to solve the subsequent problems here, okay. So what next? Now that we have a trigonometric function yet again, but this is nothing to worry about. In here, first thing is you have to find, always remember when you have such a form, the first thing will be to find out what is the value of f of x, like what is f of x. So f of x, as you can see here, is sec x, okay, and the power is 4. If you notice it carefully, then f of x is sec x here, okay, and the power n is 4 here, okay. Now if fx is sec x, then what is the differentiation of fx? Nothing but sec x tan x. Now how will we go about this entire thing? Like, how will we do that? Now just make it more simple, okay. First I have to break it into this format. All right, how will I do that? One thing, can you understand that this particular problem is now not in this format, okay. I have to first bring it in this format and also ensure that this format and this format is absolutely the same. I have done that in the previous video, repeated that a number of times, so I hope you understand what I am trying to say here. In this problem you have sec 4x tan x, so I will do sec x cube or sec cube x, whatever, into tan x sec x dx, okay. Now we have come to this form. How? Because fx is sec x here, the power is n, and also f dash x is sec x tan x here, okay. So now that we have arrived in this form, it is now simple. What we will do, we know that fx to the power n plus 1, fx here is sec x, right? So sec x to the power n plus 1 means 4 divided by n plus 1 means 4 plus c. Simple. This problem was actually very simple. There was no such big demonstration was required for this problem, no such big explanation, right? Similarly, we will solve another problem, okay. We will solve another problem, and for that we will take integration of cos cube x sine of 2x dx, okay. So if we take up this particular problem, how will we solve it? Okay, now first again, what you have to determine, you have to first determine what is f of x here, and then we have to subsequently find out f dash x, okay. So first you have to find what is fx here. So fx is actually cos x here, okay, and f dash x is minus of sine x. Now you might ask me that how can you determine in every problem that this is like cos x will be fx and not sine 2x. This is something which you can make out slightly from seeing the power n. By seeing what's in the power, if the power belongs to cos x, which means this becomes the fx. If power belongs to sine 2x, then which means that this becomes the fx. In the previous problems also, if you notice, here we took sec x as fx because the power is here, okay? If the power would be on top of tan, then we would have taken tan. As per this formula, we are proceeding, okay? In this formula, fx will be taken as that particular thing only which has a power in it, okay? So here we have power on sec x, that is why we took fx as sec x. Here we have power on top of cos x, so we took cos x as our fx. I hope you now get an idea of how I am selecting the fx. In the other two problems as well, you will see that whenever we see that power thing, that particular term we put as fx, okay? So now that we have got f dash x as minus sine x, now our major work is to first bring this particular thing in this particular format. How can I bring that? So in order to bring into this format, we have to first break it, okay? So first I will do it like cos cube x. So this will be 2 sine x cos x dx, okay? And after this, what will I do? After this, I'll take the cos x here, okay? I'll take the cos x here, so it will become cos, or I'll take like this, cos x to the power 4. I took this cos x in here, and then I got sine x here, but I'll take a minus here also. Is this okay? This is so wrong. This is not okay. Why isn't this okay? Because I have deliberately put a minus sign here to ensure that I can bring this particular thing in this format, without realizing that I cannot forcibly put a minus sign here, okay? Because if I put the minus sign here, then this particular form that we were originally given in the question, that particular form would be distorted. That particular form would be destroyed. And in that case, our answer will be considered to be wrong. So we have to put a minus sign here so that our original form is same as the form that we have come across here, at the same time ensuring that this particular form is matching with this form, okay? This particular form is matching with this particular form, okay? So our major job is not only to bring the particular thing in this form, but at the same time, like our major job is not only to bring this particular thing in this particular format so that we obey this, but at the same time we also have to ensure that the question does not get distorted, okay? The original question that has been given to us, we cannot forcibly put the operators and operations and whatever, because if we do that, then that will be considered to be wrong. All right, I have explained this to you before also, in the previous video also, so I hope you got an idea about it. Now the thing is that you have to just integrate it. It is fx to the power n plus 1, which is nothing but cos x to the power 5 divided by 5 plus c, and in the end you can also write minus 2 by 5 cos 5x plus c. So this is the particular answer for this question, okay? These were the 4 very easy problems that we solved based on this particular formula. I'll probably solve another 4 problems based on this formula, okay? And then we will again move on to a new formula based on log, okay? So I hope you are being able to understand all of the questions that I have explained till now, because this particular thing that I'm explaining, I'm taking a lot of time in order to explain all of these things. I know that the videos are very long, but I will ask you to not skip even a second, because if one of the things you don't understand, you will actually get stuck later. If you can understand everything and do that by yourself, that's excellent. But when you are starting integration from the initial level, it is very important for you to understand each and every step that is being taught to you. You might think that it's a waste of time, so much of time I have to give in order to listen to these simple things which I already know. But trust me, these are the things that students fail to obey in exams, like this one. Okay, this is a major mistake. They will put a minus here without realizing that they have forcibly put a minus here, so they have to put a minus here in order to neutralize this entire thing. Okay, so these are some. I also talk about mistakes whilst teaching you different solutions of a problem, right? And I do that so that you do not repeat such mistakes in the examinations, because that tends to take away a lot of marks. Okay, you have to practice a lot of integration problems. I told you I'll be giving you some of them, and even apart from that, you have to solve at least 5 problems of integration every single day. 5 might look to be a very small number now, but these are easy problems, so you might not understand how difficult it will get later. In case of partial fractions, 5 problems are actually more than enough, because you have other subjects to study and understand also, right? So this is the particular thing. Now we will be proceeding with another 4 problems for the same formula. Apart from that, I'll also upload videos on trigonometry and differentiation and differential equations. Like, I want you to really ace in math. Okay, without any fear, I want you to solve each and every question. And after a couple of videos, I'll also be uploading some complex problems. Okay, I'll give the explanation of those problems as well, and those problems will be more like a culmination of different other chapters, okay, that you have studied before. All right. So there will be more advanced, exciting problems where you have to analyze, you have to think how the problem we have to approach, and the solution may also be a bit long, but you have to be patient, you have to solve it, but you have to wait for that time. Now there are a lot of things that needs to be discussed before approaching those problems. So okay, now let's move on to the next video.